is 600 miles per hour. Refreshments will be served after takeoff. Kindly fasten your seat belts and refrain from smoking until the aircraft is airborne. Whoa, I'm going to Barbados. Whoa, back to the palm trees. Whoa, I'm going to see my girlfriend. Whoa, in the sunny Caribbean Sea.
Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that have seen part one, part two is just going to be a continuation showing you what's been going on at Barbados Sandals, and also if I get the chance I will be showing you around Royal Barbados Sandals, which is the other exclusive resort attached to this complex. If you haven't seen part one, then obviously either see it now or see it when you finish. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Hopefully this will help make your decision on whether you want to come here or you stay away and maybe go to a different Sandals. But so far, my advice would be definitely consider this as a place to go for a holiday, because so far I've had a great time with myself and my wife. And for the food, this has probably been the best Sandals we've visited. So without further ado, let's get on with the review, and I'll leave you for now. Very, very hot here, probably in the 80s. Nice bit of sunshine, as you can see. Very humid, very, very humid. Yesterday's problem with the bath all got sorted out eventually, even if it took 9 hours, but they did get there in the end. They've been on the phone to me this morning, checking everything was okay, and it all got sorted, which it did. So, unfortunately, these things happen. It's just that I wish Sandals maybe would have dealt with it a little bit quicker. Anyhow, last night was very good. You saw from the video we saw some entertainment. We had a very nice meal at Butcher's, possibly the best meal I've had in any of the Sandals hotels. And overall, yes, I can honestly say it's a nice place to come to. But as usual, it's early days, see what happens. And I'll keep you updated as we go along. We'll be having lunch somewhere today, and wherever we go, I'll bring the camera and you can see what we have and where we're going. And until then, well, I'll switch off and come back to you later. Okay, so today we're going to Mariners for lunch, and this is Spice just to the right, soda there. That's where we went the day we came. And Mariners is over here. It's next door, the Italian pizza place they have here as well. So they're literally side by side. You see it's pretty busy here. Very nice. The weather is very, very warm. Since we got here, this is the best day with sunshine, because we haven't seen much sun since we got here. But today's really nice. And but that's Mariners, and right next door is Dino's. Now the thing is, as you can probably see, there's all the tables are full outside Mariners. But the good news is you can sit outside Dino's, and they just share the tables. And right in front is the ocean, which is sad. I mean, how's that for a view? You've got the bar, and tables and chairs are all here. There's the kitchen. The menu is fairly basic. There are burgers, some shrimp dishes, some chicken. It's pretty good. Very windy today. Still not bad at all. So that's it for time. So there's my chicken, that's just shown up, looks very nice. And over here my wife's burger, which also looks pretty good. So all in all, it looks pretty good. Yeah. And we got the beach literally right in front of us. So we had lunch in Mariners, and we thought we'd get dessert in Cafe de Paris, which you could do. You could go in and out, you could have crepes, you can have ice cream, you can have all sorts of things. So we thought we'd go in there and enjoy ourselves. So I've already been in here quite a few times and got stuff and brought it back, because our room is just there. So it's very, very close. And the pool is just over here. So it's all very, very nearby. Tonight we're going to Portofino, which is the Italian restaurant, and as you can see it's right by the swimming pool where we've been all day. But it's very near where our room is, literally 5 minutes, and it's kind of like an outdoor restaurant. It's very open planned. Looks really nice. Don't know what the food's like, but it looks nice. So this is Portofino's here. So we got a salad.
Caesar salad.
Oh, it's a Caesar salad, is it?
Yeah.
Looks nice. Looks fresh.
You won't like the dressing.
No, I don't like dressing.
Lovely.
So it's good.
Nice and crunchy.
Good. So that's the start anyway. Good. We'll just wait for the other dishes to come up. So I've got me veal chop, which is huge. I don't think you could actually say it was small. That is all. And Lisa, you got the pasta.
Yeah, where is it?
You made a lot of it. Well, I suppose you can always have a second before you get through.
No, it's fine. I wasn't that hungry actually.
But that is just amazing.
Oh, it's boiling. Now it's boiling hot.
Well, that's good because we won't see it was hot. So let's have a see if it's any good. Right, time for proof of the pudding. This chop is huge. Wow.
This is proper beef in here, Howard.
What?
Beef or goat? Big lumps of beef.
Right, this is a veal chop. Now I had one of these once before
Yeah.
when we were in
Vito's.
Antigua
Oh right, yeah. But that was nice. That was at Mario's.
at Mario's. This is on another level.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
that thing is in the way. I can't even see you.
This chop is delicious. Soft.
I'm surprised actually it's such a small portion. I mean, I know I had the salad, but
Look at that, the chop is, that's delicious.
is it hot?
So it's hot.
Mine was boiling.
Anyway, so that was the chop. It's delicious. What was your penne like?
Nice, lovely. Pieces of like meat in it, not just sauce.
Well, that's good. Okay, so we tested the food. You can see what it was like. I think it was a thumbs up. It was a good meal. Well, I just finished having the veal chop. It was amazing. You know, you could have had something like that in a restaurant. Oh, sorry, they brought the chop. Thank you. Very, very nice. Thanks very much. So that was the chef that cooked it. But that was as good as any veal chop you'd have in a decent restaurant. I've been to restaurants in the US. That would have cost you $60, $70 easily, and it was absolutely delicious. So well done to the chef and well done to Sandals, because they did themselves proud.
Yeah.
So the food in here I can highly recommend if anybody does come to this restaurant. I think you won't be disappointed. It was full as well when we came in, and I understand why now. Anyway, that was it for the time being, and I think we may be having some entertainment later. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay with us. Just ordered dessert, we're having a panna cotta, at least I am. You're not having one?
I'm full up.
My wife is full up, but I'm going to try the panna cotta. So we'll see what that's like when it arrives. So far, the food in here has been excellent. So if you do come up to Sandals Barbados, definitely try the Italian restaurant here. Very, very good. Portofino, it's called. Very good. Morning. It's Saturday the 14th. It's 20 past 10 in the morning. I'm sitting around by the pool. We had a very nice night last night. We went to Portofino's, which is the Italian restaurant. Had probably the best meal that I've ever had at any of the Sandals restaurants. I had a veal chop with fresh beans and some mashed potato, very, very nice, and had a very nice dessert as well. You can see all that on the video that I pre-put on showing last night's meal. Now I must apologise for the photography because it's very humid here, and unfortunately the camera does get misted up very quickly, so please excuse the poor filming that you've seen, but hopefully it gives you some idea. Anyway, today's going to be a quiet day. We're going to be by the pool, and I'll come back to you later on where we go for lunch and what we're doing this evening. Until then, I'm out. Okay, so this is Dino's, the pizzeria. Now we came here yesterday for a Mariners, which is right next door, and as you can see it's very, very popular. We do hot pizzas here, and then you've got a whole selection. Look, I mean, look at that guy, he's taking out a load. So nice pizzas. Everybody sit outside. The view is just over here by the ocean, so you're not very far away. Beautiful setting. Today it's not quite so windy, so it looks a lot better. It's very, very hot, probably in the 80s. Very nice. It's right outside where the main building is, as you can see. And all in all, it's a really nice place to come and have lunch. So I think I'm just waiting for my pizza. I've ordered a ham and mushroom. Looking forward to it. I'll show you when we've got it on the table. Pizza, which is ham and mushroom. It's quite nice. I don't know what it tastes like, but it definitely looks good. We'll try that in a second. Okay, so it's about 1:30. It's actually a nice sunny day today, which is lovely. People are out on the beach. You can see the ocean straight over there. See much in the way of boats out there, which is hardly surprising. There's a barrier that they've put up which you can possibly see in front. That's really just to stop the tide coming right against you. And they've got those in a few places. There's one there, and if I turn the camera just to the left, you'll see there's another one over here. Flag's yellow today, still red on the other side. I don't know whether they've had the boats out today. You can see there's an awful lot of seaweed on the beach, which is probably blown in because, as I say, it's quite windy. They said that it's a bit windy out at sea as well, so that's the reason that they put up the signs and everything. So if you are into water sports, I mean, in fairness, you can't blame Sandals for the weather conditions, so you just kind of have to go with the flow and put up with it. But you know, I mean, it's the same in everywhere. The beach is quite nice. Not sure if it's as nice as Antigua, but it's still very nice. The difference was in Antigua you did see lots of boats, and here you don't. So I'm coming forward. I don't know what the ocean's like. We'll have a look. Sand is beautiful. What do you see? See what it's like? It's coming in. Is it coming in? Well, it's not cold. It's not ice cold. It's not boiling hot either. But it's nice. Certainly bearable. Refreshingly bearable, I would say. There is somebody in the water. I don't think he's very far out, but he is in the water. So, all in all, it's very nice. There's Sandals, the hotel itself, the main building, right in front of it. And I'm just going to walk back to Dino's, which is literally just the other side. So from here, sorry about the wind, you know. Yeah, so it should be quite nice. Certainly recommend coming here. Lovely beach, not too crowded. You see loads of sunbeds still with no towels on or anything. There are umbrellas to keep you in the sun of you. So yeah, very, very nice. Certainly worth coming. And as I said before, considering we're in June, the weather is fab. Wouldn't say not to come. Definitely do come. Very worth your time and visit. So tonight we're going to Soy, which is the sushi restaurant here, and it's just round the side. This is where the reception area is. So that's just here, that's the reception. And Soy is over here. That's the bar, but there is an actual restaurant here called Soy. So we're going in there now. This is Soy right in front of us. Next door is Kimonos. It's quite a nice little walk. From where our room was, it wasn't that far.
There's like 7 couples in front of you.
Doesn't matter. So we go in here. This leads up. There may well be a queue, which is possible. So as you can see, this is Soy, which is just here. Oh, sorry. And this is Soy here, which all looks very nice. So we're going in here shortly, and I'll show you what there is when we get inside. Okay, well this is the menu. I think there's some on the back. There's some more on the other side. And this is on the other side. So this is the menu. So this is salmon. What did you say it's called again? Nigri.
I'll see.
So I'll pour this across. So that's it.
It's salmon avocado in their sushi rice.
With like a mayonnaise on it.
With a sauce.
Is that good?
It's really nice, yeah. We'll get it all together.
Right. So this is the one you're trying to get in your now. Is that one good? I take it that's a yes. That's all the salmon, isn't it? Is it smoked salmon or fresh salmon?
No, it's smoked salmon.
Oh, right.
Avocado. And shrimp.
Right. Okay, well that's that. So for a drink, I've got a Bob Marley. So very nice. it's like a daiquiri, like 3 daiquiris all in one, frozen daiquiris. So there's rum in it and just a lot of frozen ice flavoured things. But it's very nice, and I'm looking forward to drinking that in a moment. Okay, so this is my meal. My meal consisted of tempura prawns, which are here, shrimp. I had chicken pancake roll, and I also had vegetable pancake roll. I'm not sure which is which. And my wife, who's on the other side, she's having... She's just got the tempura prawn. She's got the tempura shrimp that she's having now with a dipping sauce. So, is it good?
Yeah.
Well, that speaks for itself. Seems to be very good. So, that's it for the time being. Until we finish eating. Okay, well, we've eaten. I'm not actually a sushi lover. In fact, I've only ever tried it once before. That was in another Sandals, and I didn't particularly like it. But here, they did offer lots of things I could eat. There were pancake rolls, which were vegetable, and also some chicken. There was the tempura prawns. So between the 3 dishes, about 12 pieces, it was enough for me. And I'm probably going to have a dessert. I believe they do lychees here. So, although I'm not, as I say, a fan of sushi, I still enjoyed my dinner. My wife, who does like sushi though, she said it was very nice and thoroughly enjoyed it and would definitely come back and recommend it. So, on that basis, I would say that it's a bit of a winner here. And definitely one to come to. Incidentally, a lot of people in the restaurant, it's almost full, which isn't bad. And right next door is Kimonos. So even if you don't come here and you decide to go to Kimonos, which does the sort of Benihana type of food, you'll still enjoy it, whatever. Anyway, that's about it for the minute, and if we have a dessert, I'll show you the dessert, but it's only probably going to be simple like lychees. Thanks for watching, and keep going, there's going to be more to come. Well, that's dessert. I'm not totally sure what it is. I know there's a lychee because I just found it, but...
It's a sorbet with fruiting.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Melon. Shredded melon. It's melon.
Don't know. Oh, all right. Well, that's interesting. That's mango. Well, yeah, the mango is very nice. The fresh fruit, obviously, can't really go wrong with that.
Not sure what this is at the bottom.
Oh, look, there's a loganberry. That's huge.
It's kind of like stewed apples down the bottom.
And a strawberry.
Yeah.
Well, that's about it. It's not terrible, but it wasn't on my favourite list. Anyway, overall, I'd say the meal wasn't bad. Not sure if I'd want to have it again. But whatever it is, it wasn't terrible. Sandals at night. This is in the Royal section. Very nice, very pretty. This is on the way back to our room. That's the Love Bar. Anyway, I'll show more of this when we finally do the tour of Royal Barbados, which is the other Sandals hotel, which is part of the whole complex. So until then, this is about all you're going to see. Okay, so the band's finished, as you saw. We're now heading back to our room, because it's been a long day and quite tired. And yeah, I think that's about it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the day, and we'll be back tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing you in the morning. So until then, it's good night. It's Sunday, the 15th of June. It's 9:20 in the morning, and today we're going to be going over and having a look at the Royal Barbados Sandals, or the Sandals Royal Barbados, whichever way you want to call it. Now, you've probably read about the two hotels. What you may not realise, and I keep trying to point this out, the hotels are literally on top of each other. So to get from one to the other, you don't have to go very far, and you can use all the facilities from one to the other. Now, you may have just seen I've come out of my room, which is virtually right behind me, and we're currently in the Barbados Sandals, and literally by just going forward, and I'll swing the camera around so you can see, there, that's the divide line. As soon as we go up here, it's a bit like a yellow brick road, only it's not yellow. We go up here, and this would be the back entrance, or the front entrance of my room where I'm currently standing. So we're still in the Barbados section from here. So there's the entrance there to my room. You go down there, and it's off of that corridor. It's very near where that young lady's standing. In fact, it says exit, and that's exactly where we are. Now, if you walk up here and just get to here, congratulations, we're just stepping over the line, which is there. And as we step over, hooray, we're in Royal Barbados. As you gathered, it's not exactly a massive walk, it's not a big thing, but that's where it is. Now, when we walk down here, this is where one of the top restaurants are. This is La Pizzeria, which is where they do breakfast, and they also do dinner, and you have to book. It's one of the few restaurants here that you actually have to book to go into. So, heading down, as you can see, this also goes down to the ocean. You can see the ocean, you might be able to see the waves as we go down. But this is where the restaurant is. And I believe you've got to go on an elevator and go to the top. Now, I haven't been here before, so in fairness, I'm hoping I've got it right. Then again, I may not. So let's see where we end up, and we'll go from there. So we've walked down. We're heading for the Royal Parisian, well, not the Royal Parisian, but just the Parisian. Gentleman's just pointing where it is. So we go in here. No, I'm going now to find out. So we go here, elevator, that takes you back round to the main section of the Royal Barbados. So we go here, we get the elevator, and I believe we go to the top floor. So I'm going in, and I'll pick you up when we get upstairs. So we are here. So this is the start of the Parisian restaurant. Now up here, well, this is the restaurant itself. There you go, it says La Parisian. I haven't eaten in here, although we're going to go in here later to eat, so I won't bother to show the inside at this point because we're going there tonight for dinner. But this is the view you get from up here, which is amazing. It's shows the whole complex, as you can see. It's enormous. So you can see it shows the swimming pool down there. There's the ocean right over there. So from here you get a great view. There's a bar which isn't open at the moment. I believe there's an infinity swimming pool here. So we'll have a look at that while we're here. Yeah, well here it is. It's not massive, but it is an infinity swimming pool. You're right on the roof. Well, there's two infinity swimming pools. There's one there and there's one there. and obviously you've got fantastic view here of the ocean. I'm just going to come over and show it. There's the beach. I'll zoom in a bit, you can see. There's the beach. There's the pool. It's very windy up here, as you can hear. Wow, it's very windy. Very windy, but it's very warm. They've got the benefit of the sunshine to keep you warm, or at least it's not sunny, it's still very warm. So, as you can see, this is the upstairs. Later tonight we'll actually go eat in the Parisian, so I'll show you that when we come back. But for the time being, this is the upstairs. Now, I'm going to go back downstairs and carry on the tour, so you can see where we go from there. I'll see you in a minute. So we're back out in the elevator, and we're now walking back into the resort. So this is Sandals Royal. And this is the resort itself. So this is the main part. This is where you saw them playing chess. Bowls. There's the main pool up there, which you can see from the roof that I filmed just before. And this leads, as you saw, right down to the beach. These are the swim out pools, which is not really an individual pool. They're kind of just one like lazy river, and they're all interlinked. They look very nice. Not sure on the cost. I did make inquiries. They were quite a lot more than what I paid. Maybe as much as £600 to £1,000 for the 8-day trip that we had, or the 8-night trip. So they're quite a lot. Whether they're worthwhile, well, I don't know. I suppose if you have money, you might pay it. This is the main big pool that you saw from above. Got an infinite pool at the end over there. There's the ocean. Not sure what the beach is like. Go and have a look. It's quite windy out here today. You can see from the waves coming up, it's pretty stormy. This is a different part of the beach to what I showed you from Barbados Sandals. Lovely white sand though, look at the sand, beautiful, lovely colour. But no one actually in the ocean or sea. There's the famous coconut thing that Sandals put up everywhere, and as you can probably see, the coconut isn't actually waving. That's the infinite swimming pool, which looks pretty amazing. And I can tell you, it is boiling. It's really hot, the sun, even though it's shaded. I actually got burnt yesterday, even though it was only on my hands and bottom of my feet, but I got burnt. I was a bit surprised. It didn't feel that hot, but it obviously was. So, okay, so we'll go a bit further around and I'll come up from the other side. These are one of the butlers. Good morning, sir. You're one of the butlers, yes?
Say again?
You're one of the butlers?
Yes, sir.
There you go. You can say hello.
Hi, how are you? And happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you. So, although it's a butler, it's not dressed as you might expect the normal butler. Collar, suit and tie, no. They're pretty casual here, but you see the butlers all over. They come and prepare things like the chill boxes for guests. They save them beds like by the beach and all sorts of things. So they're very useful if you want one. I'm not sure if they're worth the money. It just depends, I suppose, on how much you want to be pampered. Right, so this is Mariners, and this links you back to the other Barbados Sandals Hotel. So you can see the links between them. I mean, this is now, you're back here. This is back at the Royal Barbados. So there's nothing in it. To be honest, it's one large resort. They've just chosen to give it two names. I believe it's because the original Barbados was had another name, and they purchased it. And then they renamed it, spent a lot of money doing it up, and that's how it's become the Barbados Sandal. But going back to what I've said, this particular Sandals, the Royale, I've just got to turn it round. Yeah, this particular Sandals is very new. I believe it was only opened about 5 years ago. So because of that, it's much newer, has more facilities, everything in it is newer. Most of the rooms here, in fact I think all the rooms, are either their club class, or failing that, they're all Butler. So what that actually means is if it's Butler, obviously you're weighted on hand and foot. The only drawback is of course the cost. And even if you're club, again you pay extra, which is why the rooms are more expensive. Anyway, let's go back to the tours. I'm going to turn the camera around. Okay, well we're still heading there, but I thought you'd like to see this. There's signposts everywhere telling you where everything is, which is probably very useful because it is quite a large complex. So it would help to know where you're going. As I say, I haven't really explored this section too much, so I'm kind of finding it out as I go along. But I do know more or less where everything is, in which direction, in the sense of where the main stage is and where the restaurants are. So you walk down here. Some of these areas like this, they're used for the weddings, special occasions, presentations. Sometimes if they've got conferences on here, because some of the companies do use this for conferences, they can have their meetings in the open air. Anyway, we go back. Now this road, I believe, led back to, if you remember at the beginning of the video, I walked straight through from Sandals Barbados straight into Sandals Royal. Well, this is the same road. I believe the building ahead is another shop where you can buy clothing, etc. It's very nice in there. I went there the other day. Much more upmarket than the one in the Royal in Barbados. This one has a lot more upmarket things. If you give me a sec, we'll walk round and I'll go inside and show you the sort of things. There's also the Emerald jewellery shop here, which is called the Colombian. You see it, the Colombian Emeralds International. They do jewellery and stuff like that in there. They have most of the sandals. Not sure whether you're interested or you're not, but you know, if you're here on honeymoon or you want to buy your wife or girlfriend a present, this is a great place to have a look. If they're open. No, they're not open yet. They don't open until 10:30, so be a bit later. If you go around here though, this is the beach house. This is, as I say, this is the shop where you can do all your shopping. Good morning, sir. Thank you. That's a very colourful character. So we go in here. This store's open from 9 AM to 9 PM in the evening, and it has all the sort of things you'll need. You can see there's t-shirts and clothing, and a very happy and pleasant staff and nice smiles. If you're into Tommy Bahama, they have a whole Tommy Bahama section. Didn't bring your hat? Well, there's plenty here to choose from. Baseball caps, etc. And for the ladies, t-shirts, swimsuits, dresses, more hats at the other end. If you like jewellery, there's jewellery there. Obviously not the real stuff, but there is jewellery, handbags, shoes. There's a whole array of stuff here. If you forget to bring your headphones or stuff for your phone, they sell Marley equipment here, which is like hi-fi stuff specially for your phones and stuff. You get baseball caps, If you want bottles of rum and stuff to take back home, or any form of liquor, they've got that. Yeah, as you can see, there's quite an array of stuff here. Now, prices, because that's always a good way of discovering whether this is something you can afford or you can't afford. So let's look at something really simple, something you might actually want. Not sure if there are any prices on anything. Let me have a look. Oh, here we go. Okay, so something like the cup. Okay, so there's the cup, and this with a discount is about $60. So they're not exactly giving us that. Am I right? That's $60. Is that with a discount?
That's duty-free shopping.
Duty-free.
Have you shopped duty-free with us?
No, I haven't done anything yet.
So with the driver's license or passport, you get it for $59. Without it, you pay $71.
Right.
And are you part of our loyalty program?
I was just going to ask you. Yes.
Yes. So then you get a discount top of $59.
So what's that, about 10%?
Your coral or sapphire?
A coral.
Yes, please.
Okay, so that just means if you've been to Sandals before, you can get an additional 10%. So you'll get a duty-free discount, plus you'll also get the 10% on top. It's still not cheap. I mean, that mug or cut glass, whatever you want to call it, will still set you back over $50, which in English money is about 40 odd pounds, which I think is quite a bit of money to buy for a drinks container like that. But still, hey ho, if that's what you want, that's what you can have. This is the donut shop that is a bit unique. It's called Sweet and Salty. They have unique donuts. I came here the other day and I tried one of the donuts. It isn't like a normal donut. I don't know what you would call it. It's more like the long stick things that they sell, the fried, and it tastes more like that, but it does not taste actually like a donut. So, in fact, they are round, and there's all the donuts there, so you can see. You can of course get various beverages here, teas, coffees, etc. All available. Very nice, certainly not something to be sniffed at. This is Red Lane here. This is the spa and salon area that you go to if you want to have a rub down, massage. I think there's saunas in there, there's all sorts of things. So you can go there. Again, I'm pretty sure you have to pay for that. It's not included in the price. I'm not sure on the cost. Again, I don't think it's cheap. You could be looking at about $100 a session, if not more. So I would, if you are thinking of doing it, certainly look into the price. If I can find out, I'll let you know what it is. But as I say, it's not cheap. So on the basis of that, again, you may or may not want to pamper yourself, and if you do, keep in mind the costs. This is the Butler's Elite section by Sandals. This is a lounge that they make available for guests that have got butler service, and on this side you probably have got butler service, but as I say, you pay an awful lot more for it. Never experienced it, couldn't really advise whether it's good, bad or worth the money. Personally I wouldn't bother, but that is only a personal opinion. So we go back to where we started. This is back to the main strip that we came in on when we came over from the Barbados section. And if I'd have turned right, that would have gone back to the restaurant La Pizzeria where I've been before. So continue down here. And just go to the left. That's the stage where they have all the entertainment. Now, I've already posted some of the live bands and acts that have been on there. The entertainment is good in the sense that they've got very good performers. However, up to now, and I've been here now, today's my 5th day, it is a bit limited on entertainment. They haven't exactly gone overboard. They're just live acts performing, just bands, singers, etc. Nothing terrible about it, but not necessarily what you would expect maybe from a 5-star. This is the Love Bar over here. This is also where the bowling alley is, and they also have karaoke here some nights. Although I did discover last night they had karaoke in the Barbados hotel. Oh, see, another butler that goes round on her bicycle servicing all her clients. So we go through here, and this is the Love Bar. Very nice. If you're into beers, got big selection of foreign beers. Funny enough, the only beer they don't seem to have is any British beers, which I thought was a bit odd, considering, you know, how well we're all known for our beer. This is also where the bowling alley is. So let's go in here if I can. Yeah, I can go in here. Very cool in here. Beautiful air conditioning. Big TV if you want to watch sport. This is the bowling alley, which at the moment is shut. You get your shoes from there. And there's your bowling alley, which you can probably just about see. There's only 1, 2, 3, there's 4 lanes. So it's not massive, but if you want to come sometimes in the evening where they're relaxed, they've watched the entertainment, we're coming to the end. So you come through here and you go through the doors, and through here you've got things like TVs. You can see. Remember, this is all outdoors once you get out here. That was indoors, but you come out here, you've got TVs all around where you can sit down, nice comfortable sofas to sit in. There's one there, gentleman there, over there. I just saw him before we were talking. That's where you go back. So you've got the advantage of that. Hot dog stall that they make available during the day. Table tennis, pool. Very cool here in many ways. So that's right ahead. To the left is She's, or Shy. To the left of that is the American Tavern, which I've been going every day for breakfast. So you can have breakfast or you can have a main evening meal. It opens about 6 o'clock in the evening for a main meal. This is the main swimming pool, other than the one you already saw. This is another big swimming pool they've got here, as you can see, with its own swim-up bar. Now the thing I have found, that the swimming pools are often being cleaned early in the morning, so they're not always open. But I was told that once they are open, they're open all day and even at night. So when you want to come back, maybe in the evening, have a swim, you can. There's no time limit. They light up at night as well. So this is She's, which is an Asian fusion restaurant. Went here the other day and had some Korean spare ribs and some sticky rice, which was fine. Could have been hotter in served up temperature, but they were okay. And at the back here is Butch's. Now we're due to go to this Butch's on tomorrow night. Now there is a Butch's in Barbados section, and there's another Butch's here. Don't know really what the difference is, but I'll find out tomorrow and let you know. But the last one I had a T-bone and lobster. So whether it's going to be any better here, I don't know. But this is Butch's just behind me. I'm going to turn around and see it. So this is Butch's here. So that's more or less it. Other than the apartments themselves where you can stay, this more or less takes it all in, which is a bit of a surprise because you would think there's more. In fact, I think there is another restaurant here called Neptune's, but I'm not actually sure where Neptune's are. So let me have another look and I'll see if I can find it. Okay, well this is, as I said, the main swim-up pool. Right behind it is the Jerk Shack, where you can get obviously jerk chicken and all that sort of stuff. It's only open really for lunchtime. You can sit there, get a cold drink if you want, help yourself. Very nice, very laid back. Somewhere here you can sit down and eat. People just sitting around the pool. Grounds here. Looks like there's a way in there from the main road. So this is it from here. Now the other restaurant Neptune's is actually by the infinite pool that I showed earlier. So I'm going to go back there in a second and video that so you can see that, because I haven't seen it either yet. So I'll switch off for the minute and come back to you in a second. Okay, so I'm walking back up. I think this is the way to Neptune's. As you can see, this side has got the same swim out pools that the opposite side had that I showed earlier on in the video when I was walking up down towards the beach. So this is again on the other side. They face each other. I'll just show you just so you know what I'm talking about. So that was the other side. That was the infinite swimming pool. So if you go back here, you've got these swim out rooms, which is very nice. I think actually this is maybe the better side. Sun seems to be a bit hotter here than on the other side. So you come down here, and I believe Neptune's is at the end, but we'll find out in a second. So walk down here. Ocean's right ahead. Good morning to you too. As you see, everyone very friendly, quick to say hello and welcome you. This is Neptune's, which I missed originally, but this is Neptune's. This is a proper restaurant. I believe they do lunch and they do dinner. And it's a combination of fish, meat, etc. The menu looked really nice. You can see it online, but if I get a chance I'll try and show you a copy of it. Very casual, nothing fancy, lovely setting. I mean, look at that, you're right by the ocean. Right by the ocean, you couldn't ask for better. So there's the ocean. There's the menu. This is the lunch menu. They haven't got a dinner menu, so I can't show it. But this is the place. As I say, it looks very nice. I haven't eaten in here. I want to come and eat here, so I'm looking forward to the chance. It's got a bar. There's the bar. There's the walkout pool. You've got far to go. And that's about it. Well, that more or less concludes the tour. It's again not huge, but it's certainly, I'm going to just turn the camera around. But it's not huge, it's not small either, but it's certainly walkable. I was a little concerned when I saw it on the map, because this whole place looked massive, and I thought, how the hell am I going to get around it? But as it appears, it's not that bad at all. From our room to here is literally 5 minutes. So, considering we're in the other section, to get to your room from one hotel to another in 5 minutes is very quick. You don't need cabs, as I say, you just walk across. So, that's the whole tour. We're escorted to our table. Thank you very much. Lakeisha?
Yes, that's me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're going to sit here. There's our view right to the ocean. It's nice, isn't it?
Thank you.
Oh, that was really good.
Is going to be Tanis. She's going to come over to
And that's where we're sitting for lunch. It's lovely. And this is at Neptune's.
Oh my God.
They brought the food. This is it. It's very nice. So this is the food. I've got bolognese or regula linguine, and my wife got the same, but she's got hers with coleslaw. So it's an amazing place to have any linguine. So quite impressed. Don't know what it tastes like. Gonna give it a go in a sec. Okay, well, just finished my dinner. It's very nice. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Decided just before it showed up, I decided to go and have a look on the beach, and a young man came over to me and introduced himself as if I was interested in him being my new candy man, and asked if I wanted any Coke, which I thought was interesting because the only Coke I thought I could get here was from the bar, but as it turns out he was willing to supply me. Of course I refused and thanked him very much for his offer, but didn't particularly want to go any further with it. But it's interesting how brazen people can be, even here, and given the opportunity will try and sell you things that you wouldn't normally expect. Anyway, going back to the meal, that's very nice. I'm not sure we're going to have it. So we're going back, we've eaten now. It was a very nice meal. It's only a snacky meal, but it was still very nice. And we're now heading back to where our sunbeds are and everything, back in Barbados Sandals, which is just the other side. As I said earlier, it's nowhere far. These are the walk-up pools again, which I showed you earlier from the rooms. They're very nice. I think these are some of the best rooms they have. Anyway, till later, that's it for me now. Good evening. We're very shortly going round to the La Parisienne restaurant, which is literally round the side from us. It's in the Royal Barbados. We're going there for dinner. It's a 7 o'clock booking, so I'm looking forward to it. It's one of the few restaurants here that you actually have to pre-book. And if you are coming, I would suggest you make your bookings early when you've come here at the very beginning of your holiday, because apparently it's a very popular restaurant and they always seem to be short on able to offer you a table when you want it. So I would suggest booking it as soon as you get here. Anyway, that's where we're going in a minute, and you can join us in the restaurant. You'll be able to see the food, the decor, etc., and we'll go from there. So until we get there, I'll see you soon. Yes, you can. So this is La Parisienne. Thank you, Shanita.
You're welcome.
So this is the view inside the restaurant, and this is the balcony view overlooking. And there's the pool. There's the pool over there. The ocean is straight ahead, as you can see. Inside or out.
Oh, your stick's off. I'll just... Thank you. You're welcome. Can I offer you anything extra to drink this evening? Something from the bar, maybe? Or...
Inside the restaurant, and this is the balcony view overlooking. And there's the pool. There's the pool over there. The ocean is straight ahead, as you can see. You can eat inside or out.
Oh, your stick's off. I'll just... Thank you. You're welcome. Can I offer you anything extra to drink this evening? Something from the bar, maybe? Or...
Okay, so we've arrived at the restaurant. Surprisingly, it's empty. I wasn't expecting that, because when I tried to make the appointment for 7:30, they said all the bookings were gone, and the only booking they could give me was 7 o'clock. So here we are, and we're one of the few people actually here. So anyway, that's what the situation is at the moment. We're going to be ordering our food soon, and we'll go from there. So dinner has just been served. That's my saumon-noir, which doesn't look like saumon-noir, because saumon-noir is not supposed to be in a batter. It's supposed to be grilled and pan-fried, and that is not like it at all. The lamb shank, well, that looks like a lamb shank, but we'll wait and see. So I'll try it and see what happens. So they've just taken away the plate. Unfortunately, that meal from myself, which was supposed to be saumon-noir, was so far apart from Saint-Menoir that you couldn't call it Saint-Menoir. First of all, Saint-Menoir doesn't have any batter on it, and that was just plain fish and chips. It wasn't Dover salt. The best it would have been lemon salt. So for me, it wasn't. There was nothing actually wrong with the food, but it wasn't what I ordered. So the only way I could explain it was if you've gone in and ordered burger and chips, and they bring you out a hot dog instead of a burger. That's how far apart it was. Anyhow, my wife said her braised lamb shank was very nice. So 1 out of 2, I suppose, can't be terrible. I'm having a cream caramel. What are you having?
Something with berries in.
Oh, something with berries in. Hopefully that's a bit better and a bit more in the way of something we actually ordered. So we'll see in a minute. Until then, we'll wait and see. So they've just taken away the plate. Unfortunately, that meal from myself, which was supposed to be Saint-Menoir, was so far apart from Saint-Menoir that you couldn't call it Saint-Menoir. First of all, Saint-Menoir doesn't have any batter on it, and that was just plain fish and chips. It wasn't Dover salt. The best it would have been lemon salt. So for me, it wasn't. There was nothing actually wrong with the food, but it wasn't what I ordered. So the only way I could explain it was if you've gone in and ordered burger and chips, and they bring you out a hot dog instead of a burger. That's how far apart it was. Anyhow, my wife said her braised lamb shank was very nice. So 1 out of 2, I suppose, can't be terrible. I'm having a cream caramel. What are you having?
Something with berries in.
Oh, something with berries in. Hopefully that's a bit better and a bit more in the way of something we actually ordered. So we'll see in a minute. Until then, we'll wait and see. Okay, so to finish off, from my meal, everything that was on the menu wasn't what it ended up being. My wife's braised lamb shank, she said, was very good. It looked like what it was supposed to be. She said it tasted great. So on that part, no problem. The restaurant is fairly empty. Disappointing. They told me you couldn't get a reservation later than 7 o'clock. Not sure why. The place, as I say, is empty. But would I come back to this particular restaurant? No, I certainly wouldn't. There's better restaurants on the complex, and this is definitely one I'd stay away from. But there are 19 other restaurants, or 18 actual restaurants, plus this one makes 19. So there's still plenty of choice. Anyway, that's the end of the review for tonight, and I'll be back in the morning to let you know. Now, this is also probably the last part of this episode, so please subscribe to the channel to make sure that you can stay with us, because there will be a third part. We've put together Bridgetown tomorrow, and obviously I'll show more of Sandals with entertainment and what else goes on, and that will be the final part. But as it stands, that's it for now. As I say, don't forget to press the subscribe button and also give it a thumbs up on the comments. If you've got any questions, feel free to put them on the channel, and if I can answer them, I will. Anyway, until the morning, thank you. See you then. Bye.